Hey everybody, bless the King, King Jesus Yeshua, Savior of the world, Abraham here. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to defeat racism. And guess what? It can happen within the next 12 months, nationally. This video is mainly for black people. And I'm going to tell you things that you're not going to like. Things that you might even hate or ostracize or attack me for. But I'm going to tell you 100% fact, truth, reality. And if you do this for the next 6 months to a year, I guarantee on my honor, on my name, on my worth, that you will be able to eradicate racism from the American nation on a national level. It's a guaranteed fact. So stick true to this video, watch the whole thing, share it around, and get ready to get super pissed off. Because, sorry for my language, and a big disclaimer, I'm not pulling any punches. I'm saying exactly how it is. Because I'm a Christian, I gotta tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, so that it will help you, so you know the truth. And then you can crawl your way out of the deception that you're in to stand in reality and be able to function properly. I do this because I love you. Everything I say, if it pisses you off, you don't like it, if it sounds like I'm being racist, whatever, I don't care. I'm not racist. And I'm saying all this because I love you, because I want to see you be doing better. That's reality. That's why I'm doing this video. And I've waited to do this video for months, until the election stuff was pretty much over, because the Democrats, who I call the demon rats, these damn people are damn evil, dude, I'm telling you. Don't turn off the video. Don't get upset. You'll see it as I go throughout this fact video. This is reality. And you're going to be busted out of your slave chains real soon as you listen to this. Slave chains is a real apt term that I'm using right now, because you are still in a form of slavery right now. And I'm going to help you bust out of it. So, I waited until the election stuff was almost over, because the demon rats and the mainstream media and who they are in cahoots with build up for the year prior to the election. They build up things that are going by emotional stuff, emotionalism, that is not fact-based, that's not reality. And they get you high on emotions within the year before any type of election, or 6 months before any type of decent-sized election, so that they can get you high on emotions to make decisions that are not in your best interest, okay? That help keep you poor, that help keep you subjugated within ghettos. And the real term for, listen to this, the real term for ghettos comes from the 1930s and the 1940s, when the Jews were encamped and enslaved by the Germans, the Nazis, in areas that they were not allowed to leave, and they were starved to death, and then they were eventually taken out, put in death camps. And that term, that place where they were held in and encamped in, that was called the ghetto. And now they brought it over here to describe your living conditions within the low-income housing areas for primarily black people. And they call it ghettos. Think about the seriousness of that word. I'm from the ghetto, I'm from the hood. Don't use that term anymore. It's really just saying that you are a part of a slavery and death camp. That's really what it is, okay? So don't give them power by popularizing that word ghetto. Another thing, just real quick side note, the N-word, okay? This is not hate speech, because I'm not saying it against anybody. I'm saying it from the dictionary term. The word nigger doesn't actually refer to a black person. It means anybody who is ignorant. I want to teach you about that word, because that word is not, it's not color-coded. It's not for black people. But that's the thing that they use. They use that word nigger in a way that it loops all black people into a thing. And what that word nigger actually means is an ignorant or dumb person. That might not be the perfect answer from the dictionary, but that's some of it. That's the gist of it. And what they're trying to do is lump you in with that word. When they used to use it, nobody really uses it now. I mean, you guys say nigga, what's up, my nigga? Like that. You guys say that because it's like, you've been conditioned to lessen the pain of that word from the racist times, a racist past in American history. You've used that to ease the pain. But it's a bad thing because you're associating yourself within the context of where they're using that word. It's a confined system that means a dumb or, a stupid person. Okay? And that has nothing to do with a race. That has nothing to do with a set of people. That's individually used for individuals. If it's a stupid person, you call them a nigger. But that word's so criminalized now that nobody even uses it. But that's the original use of it. But they want to get all of you in one single group to be able to give you a terrible, degenerate name like that. A slang, slur like that. So that's the next thing. Don't give them their power over you in two ways. Don't use the word nigger and like you associate with it. Saying, what's up, my nigga? What's up, dude? What's up, cat? What's up, dog? Don't use it in that way. Don't associate yourself with that old way of slavery that they were to lump you into being a dumb person. And don't let it have power over you. Don't let it, when people call me cracker and honky, I don't get upset about it. You want to know why? Because I'm not a cracker. I'm not a honky. Just a regular person, okay? I'm a Christian. I love everybody. Don't allow the terms that they put on you to affect you emotionally or for you to have physical outbursts of violence. Just let it roll right off your back. If anybody ever calls you a nigger, don't get upset about it. You're not the one that's damaged. They are. They're the ones that got serious problems that needs help. It's like, and I'm not saying this a bad way, but, if you see a mentally retarded person, right? A person who's sick in the head, and they're going wild and they're acting crazy, and you can see that it's not like a crazy chick, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like somebody that's in a mental hospital or somebody with Down syndrome or who was born retarded, you know what I'm saying? You don't like, whatever, dude, you don't act like that towards a retarded person because they're sick, you know what I mean? They're mentally, they're not as mentally as astute as regular people. So you don't look it down on them and be like, oh, I'm going to attack you and go crazy. You don't do that, man, you know what I'm saying? Because they're retarded. They don't really know what they're doing. And the same thing with racist people who say the word nigger. You don't even just be like, all right, man, yeah, whatever. Just keep on with your day. Don't get offended by it because that gives them power over you. That they know, okay, so he might be a nigger because he gets emotionally upset about it. So he must identify with that kind of thing in some kind of way. So if they say a racial slur like that, just like, okay, cool, whatever. I'll pray for you. Say it just as easy as that. It will lose all the power that it has within their mind. And they'll think that this is no longer effective. And then they will stop using it. The more you show that you have the power in these things. And that's the key thing that I want to tell you guys. About racism towards black people. You have all the power to change and end racism. I'm going to tell you how. I know I got a little bit off on slang or racial slurs and stuff. I don't know the technical names for saying the N-word and all this. I just wanted to say that because people, that's a huge problem, I guess. Okay, I've never really used the word, so don't really care about it. And you shouldn't allow simple words like that to have power over you. Just a word. And the person who's saying that towards you with hate or anger or demeaning you in some way, you're not the problem, bud. They got mental problems. They need to seek Jesus. There's got something wrong with them, okay? So, you have all the power. That's reality. And I'm going to tell you some things that you're probably going to hate. But I got to tell you the truth. I got to tell you the stone cold reality of it. The Democrats don't want you to get off the slave plantation. That's reality. And those places, which I said just a few minutes ago about called ghettos, those are their slave plantations. And I'll tell you how. Every year they come in. Here we go. I'm going to pretend to be a Democrat. I call them demon rats, okay? Because these people are damn evil. Oh my God, they're so evil. I can't stand them. I'm going to pretend to be one of them right now, okay? I'm going to show you how exactly they do it. In the 12 to 6 month period before any election, they'll come out like this. Hey, everybody! Yup, I got the answer. Don't you worry. I got the answer to all your SJW problems, we're going to stomp out racism. We're going to do all of it, guys. Don't you worry. Vote for me. And I got your back, dude. This is not happening no more. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. This day, a black man as the President Barack Obama, I've been elected this day. They do all that, right? And you're like, oh my God, yes, by emotions. Yes, we made it. We have a man in office. We got a man at the highest. It's going to change everything, bro. It's going to work. Yes, we can. And I felt excited like that, right? But then I watched. I continued watching. My excitement did not end with election day. I wanted to see, are they really going to lift the black people up? Is that what's really going to happen? I'm so excited, bro. Please. I've seen homies been starving and dying out on the streets, forced into selling drugs, forced to get 20 years to life, forced into criminal lifestyle because they could not pay for something. Because then they could not have a common life like white people. Please let me see my homies get raised up. Now, I really felt that. And I know, but I'm being serious. And I really wanted to see it. But what did I see? You know what I saw? I saw a puppet. That's what Barack Obama was. He was a puppet. He was a liar. Just like all the rest of the demon rats. He did absolutely nothing for you guys. Nothing. And then I started, and it was back then, 2008. I watched 2008 to 2012. Nothing happened. And then guess what happened? As they do every 4 years, as I backtracked it all the way back to the 80s and 90s. You know what I saw? I saw 2008, this model that they did from 2000, from back in the times, every 4 years. And then I saw it real prominent again in 2012. And then again in 2016. And then again in 2020. So as I just did the reenactment of what they call, guys, we got all the answers. Guess what? 4 years later, nothing has happened for you. So what do? They come out again. Guess what, guys? Oh my God, bro. You're never going to believe it. I actually have the answers this time. Don't worry. We're going to help you out, bro. You're going to get more food stamps. You're going to get more assistance, Obama phones. You're getting it all, bro. Don't worry. And oh, man, you don't want to go with them. We have weaponized the welfare system to make it so that you cannot have generational wealth. That you don't get grants from the government to keep you on your feet while we give you high up jobs, higher education. We're not doing that. We're keeping you wards of the state to be slaves to us so that when we need your vote, we can come out excited and say we got all the answers. But guess what? We ain't got no damn answers. We're lying to you. And if you decide to get off the plantation, guess what? We've weaponized the welfare system to keep you poor, that you don't have generational wealth, so that when you decide to turn on us, the demon rats, when you decide to turn on us, black folks, don't worry. You won't have a leg to stand on. You don't have any generational wealth. You have nobody to turn to. We're the only ones giving you guys any money. So, you have to vote for us. Or else, you got to vote for the Republicans. who are going to tell you straight up, you got to get off your lazy ass and work a job. Because if you don't, you ain't getting no free money. This is no free ride here. We're not trying to buy your votes. We actually want to make you rich. You can't go with them because you don't have any foundation of any kind of money to rely on while you build up your personal money. You have nothing saved. You have nothing. So good luck with the Biden Act of 1994 about criminal activity for mainly black people. Good luck trying to leave our plantation, because as soon as you do and you ain't got no money, don't worry. We're going to give you guys super, super long, extensive prison sentences for trying to make it on your own by selling drugs for a little while until you can get your career sorted out. Don't worry. You pimp a woman, you sell a bit of weed, don't worry, guys. We're going to put your ass in prison for the rest of your life. You will never leave the plantation. And that's the mentality of the reality of them damn demon rats. And they come along every 4 years. Guys, we got all the answers. Don't worry, we got all the answers. It's going to work out this time. You got to trust me. 2, 3, 4 years later. Guys, we're the exact same. Living conditions have gotten worse. Crazy. News pops up. Oh my God, a black man was shot by the cops. Oh, it's such a tragedy. And in the cases where the criminal wasn't at fault, like George Floyd, that was a criminal act. I seen it with my own eyeballs. Kid, dude had his knee on the dude's neck. That cop should be in prison for life or be put to death on the death sentence. That's a guaranteed fact. But all the other times where criminals just go mental on the cops and have an attitude, no, I ain't doing what you say, bro. I ain't getting out of the car. No, I ain't doing nothing. When you act like that, cops are like, what does this dude have to hide? Why is he being obstinate? I don't get it. And then they look at you with real intention of force. All because you came with an attitude. You want to know why mass amounts of people that are white people that don't get shot? You want to know why? I'll tell you why. And it's a huge issue, but I'm going to give you the simplistic, not really the real answer, but it's the simplest way of doing it. When the cops pull us over, we put our hands on the steering wheel. We don't reach for anything until he tells us to reach for something. Because they're not just the law. They're not the ones that say what you're doing wrong, run right. They're also the executioners if you happen to go crazy and they can shoot you dead. So I don't want that problem today. So I'm going to put my hands on the steering wheel. I'm going to be polite and kind. And that's not just being submissive to them. That's also a negotiating tool. You want to be polite and kind without an attitude so you could possibly lower whatever kind of fine he's going to give you. Be like, yo, bro, I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize I was going so fast. I mean, I was preoccupied. I got things about work. I got to take care of my kids. I'm really sorry, sir. I didn't mean nothing to buy it. I mean, I'm cool with you giving me fine, but can you give it real low? Because, I got child support. I mean, I'm really strung out as far as I can. I know you got to do your job. I ain't got no animosity towards you. That's how you get out of a fine. Cop pulls you over. Hey, man, whatever, dick face. I ain't go through this. Whatever, bro. You're just a punk pig. I ain't got to deal with you. I ain't got to do nothing you got to say. I know my rights. Guess what? If you don't get shot to death by acting crazy, he's going to give you some crazy-ass, crazy charges or some huge fines. That's the dumbest possible way you could go about it. That has nothing to do with black and white. That just has to go with negotiating, be able to sweet-talk people into good deals, okay? I mean, come on, what are we doing here? I mean, I'm sorry for all my language. I'm just being as real as I possibly can. Lord, please forgive me for my foul language. I'm going to try to do better throughout the video. So, here are some practical steps of reality that you can do to end racism within this generation, possibly within the next 1 to 3 years. It can be absolutely eradicated. You ready? Stop promoting putting up on big pedestals, celebrating and having the same mentality of all the rappers. Stop it. Cancel all the rappers. I know. I like thug music. I really do. I love gangster music. I love Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. I love Tupac. I love Biggie. I used to love them. All right. Then I actually stopped and listened to the words that they're saying. When I became Christian, I used to love that stuff. I'd ride out to some Bone Thugs and Harmony, I'm telling you. But then I started really listening to what they were saying. The words in the actual songs. It's every single one is how I'm the greatest. Pride. I'm the greatest. I got 20 chains. I got 10 cars. I got a giant mansion. I make it rain on all the stripper hoes at the stripper club. You have all that while you know the place where you came from, the ghetto or neighborhood you came from, somebody's going to starve to death tonight. Somebody in your same town, famous rapper, is going to die out on the streets tonight from a drug overdose because they ain't got nobody to show them the right way. No youth centers. Kids are going to be shooting each other up to death tonight. You know that. And yet you promote. I got all this money in the cars and pimping it out in the club. Ballin'. You don't give a damn about your community. You are an enemy of your community. You are an enemy of the people. But, because it's Satan-driven, and no weird Illuminati Satan stuff. I'm talking about real Lucifer out of the Holy Bible. The devil, Satan, that dragon of old, the one that Jesus conquered on the cross, that Satan had musical instruments woven throughout his body. And he's called the Prince of the Power of the Air. So he can play musical instruments straight out of his own body. That's the angelic body he was given. And he was one of the most beautiful and elegant and sweet-talking angels there was. To be able to convince 1/3 of the real good angels to become demons and to do a war against God before the creation of the universe. That's what really happened. And that same devil, the prince of the power of the air, with musical instruments inside of his own body, he coerces people with emotionalism by that bumping, sweet sound of music. To add lyrics about killing each other, pimping women, selling drugs, shooting the hell out of people that you don't agree with. You're the greatest. There's nobody like you. You'll kill everybody who opposes you. Think about it. Really think about it. And this mindset to sell keys, to sell drugs, to pimp women, for women to be hoes, for dudes to give up on their family and go clubbing, balling, waste the bill money on balling, or waste it on getting an ounce and flipping it over to 2 ounces. That's what you do, reeing up and doing all that. That you get a prison sentence. They glorify all that within their music. And they do it to feel good. Have a good feeling about how they're so boss-like. But I'm telling you, if you went into your room, your kid's room, if you went into your kid's room, smash their oh my God. Oh, sorry, Father, please forgive me in Jesus' name. I'm working on my swearing, guys, I really am. Smash your kids' phones. Smash their laptops. It might cost you a couple $100, maybe a G-bar. But what's it going to cost 5 years from now when all that poisoning that's coming through their phones and from the music and from everything and the TikTok and all this and their rebellious nature leads them to being shot to death? And you lose your child. Leads them to selling drugs. Leads to and they get prison sentences. How much is it going to cost for you then? And it ain't about money, bud. It's about you knowing that your limited time on earth now has been capped off by 20 years, ripped away from you, from your own children. What's it going to be like when you don't smash the phone, you don't smash the laptop, you give them whatever they want, you don't beat that. I'm telling you, I'm purposely telling you. Beat the hell out of them. Force them to go to school. Smash the stuff that you bought for them. Do it! Because in 5 to 10 years, you're going to be the degenerate drug addicts Your daughters will be hoes. I'm not saying that that's what they're going to be. I'm saying based on what you allow them to be exposed by, what you're celebrating. All these rappers that celebrate and popularize this stuff, that you just go along with it. Builds a mentality within you and your children. This is acceptable behavior. And that builds a mindset of obstinance and ratchet acting ratchet, acting low. No character, no values, no morals, no yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. No obedience to authority, nothing. So that you see what you see now. When Black Lives Matter, and I love the idea of it, but I hate the organization that militarized black people towards a hateful ideology. When Black Lives Matter and Antifa show up to a town, to a primarily black community, terrorize it, burn down the stores, and loot everything out of the damn store, and then shoot a retired police officer who was guarding the store, shoot him dead. He was a black fella. Once you start normalizing this, then you see that it is no white people oppressing you. You are oppressing yourself. Cast down all the rap music. Go back towards morality. Beat the hell out of your children. Smash their stuff. Tell them it's not happening here today. No more. We're done, bro. You're getting your lazy ass up. You're going to work at McDonald's. You're going to start building up wealth for yourself so that by the time I'm dead, you can start having generational wealth for our bloodline. We're getting rid of the evil ass music. We're getting rid of the people. We're not following Cardi B anymore. We're following Dr. Pastor Martin Luther King. That's who we're following. If you want a role model. The content of your character, not the color of your skin. That's what we're doing. So shut it down. Shut them all down. They want to talk about drive-bys, pimping women, selling drugs, how cool they are with all their money while somebody starves to death down the street, while you are celebrating and buying their CDs, while you can't even afford diapers for your own children. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the brainwashing they've convinced you to do these things. And then you stay at a low level and you always be in the ghetto and you never rise above. So how about if you need to listen to music, listen to Christian rap music, all right? Listen to, if you need to get your fix of rap music, listen to some of the stuff that was like political from back in the 80s and early 90s. Listen to that kind of stuff. And then build up your good character of being nice to people and knowing how to have common relationships within a business deal so you can get a proper job. Start building generational wealth. Stop being a ward of the state. And then you can eventually lead their plantations. And then you can be able to be, as the people in the white suburbs or wherever, they live in rich and fancy. I don't live rich and fancy. I live poor, just like you guys. But in the places where they do it, they have a good education. So stop shooting each other. Stop doing that. Get together as a community. Say, bro, we got to ride this out together. I don't care what set you're from. We can do this together. So in 20 years from now, we're all balling rich. We all have careers. And then we can guide our children to have the same thing. In 2 generations, we all be free. We ain't got to answer to nobody. Do it like that. And that's how you end racism. Tell me what you think in the comments. I really want to hear it, bro. And there's